The woman the river would not forgive. Long ago, before roads cut through forests and before electric light chased away the night, there stood a great palace at the edge of a powerful kingdom. The palace walls were tall and white, and its gates were guarded day and night by strong men chosen for their loyalty and discipline. It was into this palace that a young woman named Nyarai was brought. Nyarai was not born into wealth. She came from a distant village where the earth was dry and hope was scarce. When she arrived at the palace, she wore simple clothes and carried nothing but a small bundle and a smile that never seemed to fade. Her beauty was not loud, but it was dangerous. Her eyes spoke before her mouth did, and her laughter lingered long after she walked away. She was given work in the inner compound, sweeping courtyards, fetching water, running errands. At first, she kept her head low and her voice soft, but slowly, like smoke that slips through cracks, her presence began to disturb the calm of the palace. The guards noticed her first. Whenever she passed, she greeted them warmly. She remembered names. She listened closely. She praised strength and laughed at jokes that were not funny. A hand brushed an arm. A look stayed too long. A smile promised things it never said. Without ceremony, she was sent away from the palace. No beating, no shouting, just a quiet command and a gate closing behind her. Nyarai walked out with her head high. She did not feel shame, she felt anger. If a palace cannot hold me, she said to herself, then the world will. She came to the villages near the great river called Umuada, a river believed to be alive, watched over by an ancient goddess older than memory. The villagers respected the river. They fetched water with care and never spoke loudly at its banks. At first, Nyarai lived quietly. She rented a small hut, she helped at the market, she greeted the women kindly. But soon old patterns returned. Men lingered near her hut. Married men found excuses to pass by. Young men who should have been in the farms sat by the road hoping to see her walk past. Homes grew restless. Wives noticed changes. Quarrels became common. Warnings came. An old woman met Nyarai one evening and said, "Child, paths you do not fear can still lead to cliffs." Nyarai laughed. Another time, a strange thing happened. As she washed clothes by the river, the water suddenly became still. No birds sang. A cold wind moved across the surface. A voice rose from the river, not loud, but heavy. "Turn back," it said. "Leave what does not belong to you." Nyarai ran home shaken, but by morning she convinced herself it was nothing. The river spoke again another day, and another. Each time the voice warned her to stop breaking homes, to stop stirring hearts meant for peace. Each time she refused. "I answer to no spirit," she said. "Not river, not God." The village grew tense. Crops failed near the river. Fish disappeared. Children fell ill without reason. Elders knew something was wrong. Then came the day everything changed. It was market day. The village was full. As people gathered near the riverbank, a loud cry rose from the crowd. The ground trembled slightly. The river began to swell, though no rain had fallen. Nyarai was there, dressed brightly, laughing with a man who was not
the
her
water
husband.
surged forward, not like a flood, not like rain. It rose straight up, tall and twisting, like a living wall. People screamed and scattered. Nyarai tried to run, but the ground beneath her feet became wet and soft. The river reached for her like hands made of water. She shouted, calling on people who could not help her. The water wrapped around her, not violently but firmly. In the midst of the villagers, before all eyes, the river pulled her under. The water fell back into place. The river became calm again. Silence followed. No body surfaced. No sound came from beneath. Fear gripped the village. The elders ordered everyone to stay away from the river. Drums were beaten. Messengers ran to the shrine of the chief priest of Umuada. That night, the chief priest came, dressed in white, carrying the staff of calling. The villagers gathered at the riverbank, holding lamps and whispering prayers. The priest struck the ground 3 times. "Mother of waters," he called, "keeper of balance, why have you taken a child of dust before our eyes?" The river began to move again. Slowly, the water parted. From the center of the river rose a figure made of flowing light and dark water. Her voice filled the air, deep and steady. She was warned, the goddess said. She was called. She refused. The priest bowed low. "What is her fate?" he asked. "She is now part of the river," the goddess replied. "Her name will be remembered as a lesson. Let the living choose wisdom." With that, the river closed. The goddess was gone. From that day, peace returned slowly. Homes healed. The river flowed gently again. Mothers warned daughters. Fathers warned sons. And whenever the river grew quiet in the evening, elders would say, "Listen well, the river still speaks."